I just wanted to thank you again for having me along. I'm honored to work with someone of your expertise. The archaeological pursuits of the Sith and Empire have been separate for too long. It is our common history. We have a shared duty to unearth it.
This is strictly a business relationship. I want items of power, and you have the knowledge to find them for me.
The path to items of power is paved with pottery shards and broken carvings, but I'll try to spare you the boring bits. From the depths of the ground, history calls us to save it from obscurity. I do my best to answer that call. I can tell you do the same. You remind me of my old mentor, Orsilio Gan.
He was the one who discovered something about Nagasado's secret apprentice.
Advanced archaeology 100 years. No detail ever escaped him. But what am I doing talking when there's work to be done? As we say in the service, the dead aren't getting any younger. So, explain this to me. The tomb of Nagasadao on Korriban was built by Tulak Horde before Nagasadao was even born? And that's where you found the Deshard Shadow Killer? And when your master tried to steal your body, you used the artifacts of Tulak Horde to put her being into this Deshard?
You forgot the part where I received aid from my long-dead ancestor who was murdered by Tulak Horde.
Kalik. He was one of the most powerful Sith Lords of his time. Perhaps the most powerful. Oddly pro-alien. To think how the Empire might have been different if he had killed Tulak Horde and not the other way around. Darth Zash and I have been talking. Well, when she's around. I would love to speak more with Kemval, but I don't think he likes me.
Kemval respects strength. You're a little on the weak side.
Well, I'd say that's a matter of debate. They don't give lieutenant stripes to just everyone, you know. But your adventures sound fascinating. 5 artifacts of Tulak Horde. I understand you inherited quite the archive from Zash. I would love to see it sometime.
I would love to show it to you.
Excellent. The quest for knowledge is eternal. If you don't mind my asking, how is it you became Sith, my lord? The process is completely foreign to me. I had a brother who was Force-sensitive. Darth Maul came and took him to Korriban, but we didn't hear from him again after that. Ungrateful little rat thinks he's too good for us now, my father said. But really, I think he just missed him.
Most of the people who go to Korriban to become Sith die in training.
You don't know my brother. He never took no for an answer. We Drelik boys might not look like much, but we fight back. Father always wanted one son in the Sith and one in the military. Admittedly, the Imperial Reclamation Service wasn't his first choice, but after all the cursing stopped, I think he warmed up to the idea.
What did your father have against the Imperial Reclamation Service?
The Dreliks are a proud family line, and my father is simply the proudest of the lot. The Imperial Reclamation Service shores up the Empire's foundations against the flood of forgetfulness and misinformation that threatens our history. I'd like to see a fighter pilot establish the lineage of a 3,000-year-old Sith Lord with nothing but rocks and a dead language.
You and the fighter pilot must bow to the Sith.
But who can compare to a Sith, my lord? No one in the Republic or the Empire. You'll never believe what I found. I thought I'd left this behind planets ago.
The anticipation is killing me.
This is the tooth of a 4,000-year-old proto-rancor. But look, see this? It's some kind of metal. Not cortosis, but very similar. This rancor was tamed. It was my very first discovery. I carry it with me everywhere for luck. I thought I'd lost it when I fell into an old tomb a couple of digs ago. It turned out it was caught in the lining of my pocket.
On Korriban, I pulled an artifact from an ancient holocron that was supposed to be unopenable.
You mean from the pyramid and the tomb of Marka Ragnos? How did you do it? With a sonic excavator, or some device of your own?
It was painfully obvious, really. I used lightning.
You know, there's a theory in the archaeological world that certain ancient devices, holocrons especially, have resonances. It's something to do with the Force. Just as only Sith can activate holocrons, some ancient devices can only be activated by certain Sith bloodlines. Well, most archaeologists reject it as unscientific. But there's so much about the galaxy we don't understand. Who am I to say what's scientific?
I'm not one to dismiss an idea just because it seems a little crazy.
Oh, yes, my lord. I thought so. But if you'll excuse me, I have some new findings to analyze. My lord, remember I told you about my mentor, Orsilio Gan? He took me under his wing after I discovered the domesticated Rancor tooth. I was polishing the Rancor tooth and placing it among my things when I noticed a medallion he gave me last time we met. I decided to call him, but none of his frequencies work anymore.
He might just be on a dig somewhere remote.
Never go to a dig site on your own, and never go without making sure someone knows. Second rule of archaeology. I spoke to him only a little while ago. We met at a cantina on SWTOR for a little light archaeological talk. He said he was on his way to Malachor III. That's when he gave me the medallion. It's the last I saw of him.
Malachor III is pretty remote. He probably just fell out of touch.
You're probably right. I can't help but think of something odd he said just before we left. He gave me the medallion and said something like, "In case you need me." I just thought he'd had too much to drink. He did love to imbibe.
Does the medallion have anything written on it?
No, just old runes. Most of it nonsense. I'm sure it's nothing. You can't keep an Imperial Reclamation Service man down. I guess I'll keep an ear and an eye out. I'll let you know if I discover anything. My lord, I've solved it. I've figured it out. I don't understand how I could have missed it. The outer layer of the medallion responds to heat. It melted away and revealed this. It's a heat-resistant casing with a data chip inside.
I'm beginning to believe your claims that your mentor was a genius.
He was certainly one of a kind. The chip said he was looking for the tomb of Via Santinus. He said he was going to Malachor III, but everyone knows the tomb is on Alderaan. I believe Orsilio Gan went to Alderaan. I'm going to find him.
Did you have any luck finding your mentor?
No, my lord. I'm afraid the trip was all for nothing. Orsilio Gan was already gone, and nobody could tell me where. He was definitely in the tomb of Via Santinus. His workmanship was all over the site. But he left no clue that I could find.
I'm sorry you couldn't find him.
Don't you worry. I've not given up hope. Detective work such as this isn't much different from archaeology, after all. It's all about observation and deduction, and Orsilio Gan taught me well. Oh, I almost forgot. I found this in the tomb of Via Santinus. I thought you might find it handy.
I do love presents.
Via Santinus was a meticulous record keeper. These are the genealogies of all the great Sith Lords of his day. Look, here is your ancestor, Lord Calig. Bloodlines are very important in the Empire, my lord. Not to mention the historical value. My lord, I think we make an excellent team. Truly, destiny herself has conspired to bring us together.
I'm sorry, Talos. I like you, but I just don't think of you that way.
Oh, no. No, that's not. I mean, I didn't mean it that way, of course. I've learned so much at your side. My archaeologist's instincts are honed to a razor's edge, or a pick's point, as the case may be. Cruel nemesis, torment me no further. I surrender. I'm not worthy of finding Orsilio Gan. He was depending on me, and I failed.
You're an officer in the Imperial military. Pull yourself together.
Yes, my lord. I apologize. I've tried everything. I've even gone back to the medallion to see if my mentor left me any other clue. If the Imperial Reclamation Service knew how many codes I violated trying to decipher this medallion, they'd have me stripped of my rank.
Don't trouble me with this until you have a solution.
Yes, my lord, I'm sorry. I'll let you know when I know something. My lord! My lord! I've solved it! The chain in the medallion contained a hollow frequency. I wanted you here when I called it.
Don't waste any time. Call.
Oh, it seems too good to be true. I must rely on your judgment that it's not a trick.
Talos, my student. If you are receiving this message, then you have understood the riddle I gave you. I've gone to the tomb of Via Santinus' unnamed apprentice on Aduba 6. I don't understand why, but both Sith and Jedi are after this tomb and its secrets. It's the duty of the Imperial Reclamation Service to preserve this history. If I do not return, come find me and finish my work.
Celio Gan is in trouble. He needs me. I must find him.
You really care about him, don't you?
I suppose he was like a father to me. Well, not my father, but other people's fathers. Or an uncle. An older, smiling uncle who brings treats. I can think of no more fitting place to die than a tomb, but I will do my best to return safely. My lord, I return, but Celio Gan does not. He's dead.
It pains me terribly to hear it.
He was pursued by both Jedi and Sith. He managed to use the tomb's traps against them, but in the process he imprisoned himself. His discoveries are amazing. They will make a wonderful paper. But I can't help but wonder if it was worth dying for.
Were there any artifacts of power in this tomb? If not, then no.
I suppose you're right. What's the point of going after old, dead things if they don't give you some advantage in the present? No, what am I saying? Celio Gan would die if he were alive to hear that. I must continue his work. Thank you for restoring my faith, my lord.
You're most welcome.
The historical mind is ever curious and never sated. My lord, I just wanted to thank you again. The wonders I have seen working by your side are more than I could have ever hoped. Truly, you are a paragon among Sith and the Empire.
Are you angling for something here?
Only the honor of continuing to serve you. It's gone out of practice, but there's evidence that certain non-Force users used to pledge themselves as loyal vassals to true Sith. These vassals and their families were bound to the Sith and their family for generations. Will you accept my pledge to you and your heirs?
I couldn't possibly ask that of you.
Your humility is one of your most admirable traits, but this is not the place for it. It's an honor to serve you.